Today, I want to talk about often misconfused term of strong versus weak in terms of acid and basicity. And so, one way that I like to think about strong acid is that strong is saying that the acid or base likes to react. So it's reactive. And so, as an example, in the acid HCl, the Cl is reactive and wants to take the electrons for itself. And so this is why HCl is a strong acid, because it's reactive. However, if you look at the conjugate base, so the conjugate base, the Cb, Cl minus, is not very reactive. And the reason for that is because the negative charge is stabilized nicely with the chlorine, because chlorine is very electronegative. So it's very electronegative. And so in this case, the conjugate base is not very active. And that's why we say it's a weak conjugate base. It's a weak base. So in terms of weak, if we look at the example, weak just means not reactive. And so if something is not reactive, say Cl minus, it doesn't want to react because it's in its happy state right now. And so since it's happy having the negative charge, it doesn't want to pull the H. And this applies to strong and weak bases as well. So if you take a look at a strong base of NaOH, the NaOH is reactive because it's a strong base. And the reason that it's reactive is that the sodium holds a positive charge while the OH holds a minus charge. And so the OH isn't very happy with its minus charge. And so it wants to find something that I could take a proton off of or a hydrogen off of. And so once it takes a hydrogen off of, say, HCl, H and Cl, the H will be pulled by the O minus. Then that forms H2O, which is just water. And H2O is pretty happy being neutral compared to having a negative charge. And so that's why NaOH is a strong base, because it wants to react. It wants to pull the hydrogen in order to become positive and neutral. However, if we take a look at ammonia, NH3, this is a weak base because as the state right now that it's in, N, H, H, and H has a lone pair. This is its neutral state. Nitrogen is happy. But it has lone pairs, so it can pull an electron, or a proton, from like HCl, and therefore creating NH4. However, it's positive. And the nitrogen isn't very happy having the positive charge. And so it's a weak base because it'd rather be in this form than in this form. And so you have to look at the term strong as reactive and willing to change its current state versus weak where it's happy being in its current state. And so that's one confusion that I often was confused about when I was taking organic chemistry.